Hello, and welcome to Minecraft Jerusalem. Well, look what we have here in the side of the hill. It's a hole, and there's water down there. Far up the hill, you can't quite see it from here. Over there in the distance, you can see the foundations of some of the towers along the wall that runs around the city of David. But underneath the city of David, there is water. Let's go take a look. Not at the back of my head. You don't really need to see that. Okay, let's go. So this is the Gaihan Spring right here. I could make that a whole lot deeper, I guess, but that is the Gaihan Spring right there. And from here, it goes down. And it eventually joins in with the tunnels under the city. This first tunnel I'm going to show you. Gosh, it's dark down here, isn't it? You'd think somebody would put some lights in. Well, they had little nooks in the walls where they would put little candles and what have you. This shaft here was discovered in about 1880. Whoops, you don't need to see my inventory there. But so this shaft was discovered, and a secret tunnel that went around this way in about 1880, and it cleared up some things. There had been a cave that opened out onto the valley over that way, the way we just came from. They blocked this up back thousands of years ago, and this was used as an access point to go down and get water. I've installed a ladder because I felt like, well, that would probably be the case. It was just a narrow little hole, this shaft right here. So a tunnel had been constructed a long time ago to reach there from inside the city. There's kind of a little dome-shaped vault right about here. And let's go on up. It's getting dark outside, isn't it? Look at that. It's daytime when we started. There's the moon. I love the moon in this thing. Well, we still have some of the animals around that had spawned back when there was a line of grass going across here. That line of grass is gone now. Completely gone. So, at any rate, that was how the Israelites would come down and access this so that they could have pure, clean water from the spring. And this was used in the temple ceremonies. They did not want to take the water out of Hezekiah's tunnel or out of the spring, the pool of Siloam. That wasn't good enough. They wanted to go all the way to the spring of Gaihan and get that pure spring water before anyone had messed with it. So, somewhere along the way here, is Hezekiah's tunnel. And there it is. So let's just go down the tunnel here. And again, very dark. I haven't added in any kind of torchlight or anything. If I do that, then yeah, we'll pretend there's a nook there for a candle. Now, really, if you think about it, they're not going to have a whole lot of space for a nook. So there you get a little bit of a light. It doesn't cast a whole lot of light, but there it is. So that's one way to do it, and we may do something like that. Hmm. you've got kind of a nook there, and that's a bigger nook, isn't it? A lot of ways to do this, of course. I'm just playing right now because I enjoy playing with Minecraft. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, you can just have a little nook with a little bit of light. It doesn't really give you a whole lot to see by, but it just kind of shows you the way. That may be one way that we do this. So every time you bump up against a wall like that, when you're rounding a corner, it makes you splash around quite a bit. And that's okay. Now I've had to go back and completely redo this tunnel. Now look at that. That's granite. I'm trying to go make sure that all of this is just plain old bedrock and limestone and dolomite, which is what were in the various strata underneath the mountainous hills of Jerusalem. If you go on YouTube, you can see people actually taking tours and going all the way through the temple of, the tunnel that King Hezekiah had dug through the heart of the mountain. And the water is just about like this. It's icy cold water from the Gihon spring, and it flows, and it only drops from where the tunnel of Hezekiah begins to where it exits at the pool of Siloam. It only drops about 30 centimeters across a length of more than 521 meters. That's more than 5 football fields, almost 5.5 football fields. Can you imagine? Dug all the way under. They started over on the west side, and they started on the east side at the same time, and dug and dug and dug. In some places, 100 cubits. That's 150 feet, 180 feet or so underneath the top of the mountain. So way down with lots of rock overhead. Now there'll be some things that I will want to do a little bit later on when we get toward the edge, or I should say toward the exit of Hezekiah's tunnel at the pool of Siloam. There was actually along a certain section there fairly high ceiling. It looks like they dug it out and then they dug down and dug again. Now, actually, here in this, as you know, in order to trace the route accurately, I made that path of grass when I created the world terrain and used that to mark where the tunnel would be. And so I dug all the way down from that, all the way from the top of the mountain, all the way along more than 500 blocks, straight down to here, and then all the way across, and then went back. Now, do you think I filled all that back in? No. No, I did not. I did not fill it all back in. You can see there's this big artificial chasm up there. That is not real. There is a seam in the mountain, but that chasm does not really exist. That is just because I am too lazy to go back in and by hand replace every single one of those blocks all the way back up. And the reason why I did this the way I did, you'll notice, here is a solid block, and above that I put a slab, just a little half slab. And the reason for that is, let's say I have released this world, and so that people could download it and play in it as they like. And suppose they decided, well, we're going to play in survival mode. Well, that whole chasm up there is just one big empty space where all kinds of monsters would spawn, and you'd be there in the city of David and wondering, what are all those sounds? Yeah, all of the typical Minecraft zombie sounds and everything would be going on underneath you. And nope, not having it. That's not going to have that happen. So that is, I did that because the mobs do not spawn on half slabs that are placed down. I've got more half slabs here. That is to produce this waterlogged effect, so that you're not trudging through a whole meter of water. Look at this. We are almost out. We are almost out. At least I thought we were almost out. Did I leave that torch there? I did. I did that just to fool myself. I thought we were nearly out. Like I say, this is more than 5 football fields in length, going through the heart of the mountain, underneath the city of David. This had originally been a Jebusite encampment, and they had fortified it considerably. And the way that David took the city, he came up through some of these waterlogged tunnels. He sent Joab to do it. And Joab came up and then went up that shaft back there, and that's called Warren's shaft, and went all the way up that shaft and came out in the city. And they never knew what hit them. So here we go. Now we really and truly are. Yes, you see the color of that light? We're really and truly almost out now, right? Yeah, I think. No, we actually are. There we go. And of course it's raining. And this is where the Pool of Siloam is going to be. I'll fly up a little bit so that we can see. And this rectangle that is drawn out right here, kind of roughly, crudely drawn out right here, that is the pool. And so I've got to carve all that out and create the walls of the pool. And they kind of stepped down. Archaeologists have discovered it. As a matter of fact, as they were doing excavation work in Jerusalem back a little bit earlier this century, I want to say 2004, I could be wrong about that, but right about that time, they discovered the boundaries of the Pool of Siloam. And this little area here I'm going to redo. There was kind of a vaulted tunnel that went back a little ways until you accessed it. Several score meters back, not very far. There's also there was an inscription from King Hezekiah's day that is now in, I believe, a museum in Istanbul, which had once been Constantinople, and that where the Eastern Empire of Rome, from which it was ruled. So in Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, the actual plaque that was put there in Hezekiah's time is preserved, and a copy of it is now in this tunnel, well on in there. Now that is the kind of thing that I am not going to be able to reproduce in Minecraft. The best I would be able to do would be to take a sign, you know, and put it on the wall. Yeah, that's about the best I would be able to do. And I don't know, that's just not going to go over very well. I had thought maybe I could place a few signs here and there in Minecraft Jerusalem as we build this, so that we can, you know, just kind of get an idea of where we are. Maybe one there at Warren's shaft, one at each end of the tunnel, one where the inscription was, one here at the Pool of Siloam. You know, just different little things to let us know where we are as we go along in Minecraft Jerusalem. Now there is something I want to show you, though, something that I did do, and I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. Now, I'm not seeing them right now, and maybe they don't spawn in the rain. Well, I'm going to fix that right now. There. And we'll just clear up that rain. And drive the gray skies all the way. And let's see if we have any down here. You remember that we had a problem with bats. I didn't care for that. Now, I never have gone back in here as yet. I hear them. I never have gone back in here as yet to get rid of the bats, but look at that. And I think maybe I can do that with a wooden floor, or maybe half slabs, and maybe they won't spawn, but look. I finally made them look like doves. Turtle doves, by their markings. So, there you have it. Maybe I can get out here into the daylight and show you a few. I think I've got that in my inventory, don't I? No, I don't, but I can get one. There. There's a spawn egg, as they call them here in Minecraft. So I can just spawn a whole bunch of these doves. Look at them, aren't they cute? So, they're doves. They're not bats anymore. And that's about all I have for you today here on Minecraft Jerusalem. I hope that you have enjoyed today's episode. I've enjoyed having you along with me, and I look forward to bringing you back. Maybe we'll have a little bit more built. I would like to finish up the Pool of Siloam up there. I think that may be next on the agenda, going way back up there and finishing up the Pool of Siloam as well as we can. So until next time, have fun out there, and I look forward to seeing you again here in Minecraft Jerusalem.